Hey there, I'm Angela Sharp, and welcome to the Daily Mix. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. If you're wondering what's happening here, you voted, and I am Cowboy Western Barbie for today's show. It is, of course, Halloween week here. If you didn't check it out, the last show was our Halloween show, where I tell you about all the Halloween things that are happening. Well, since Halloween is during the week, I'm still gonna make everybody have a good time, right? So we're gonna have a good time. I hope you were able to celebrate some Halloween over the weekend. I was able to go to the Cool Fire media party, and I got to wear my other Barbie costume there, the rollerblading Barbie costume, and I went with some of my friends. I always love going to a costume party like that, especially with a media company, because those people are really, really creative and have great, great costumes. I mean, Teen Wolf, like, you can't go wrong with that, right? Always fun. And of course, the weekend before that we also weren't here for was Cruise in Limburg. Now, of course, it was a lot before Halloween, but I decided to go as Country Western Barbie and show off my car. We had beautiful weather, and over 400 cars showed up for the car show. I found a Barbie car. In fact, you always have to find a Barbie car out there. You might remember we had Jason LeCavalier on with Cruise in Limburg before, and so he was telling us all about it. So if you didn't make it out, you're gonna have to make it out next year, because we had so much fun. I love a good costume and a good excuse to wear a costume. Now, you know who else knows about a lot of fun? Because I had to find a guest to come on the show that would come on during Halloween week and would be willing to dress in costume, which means I needed a really, really fun person. Well, you probably know him by his Instagram handle. BradENSTL is here. He's always going around showing us what's happening in St. Louis. And look, he dressed up like The Rock for me today. So we're gonna have so much fun. He's gonna tell you about a new pop-up that he's gonna have coming up. We'll also talk about his podcast and everything else. So let's get started on today's Daily Mix. I have to start the show off with some horrible news. Well, I think it's horrible news. This Sunday marks the end of daylight saving time. Now, I don't know why we do this. I think this is completely insane. It's already super, super dark by 7 o'clock, but somebody somewhere thought this was a good idea. So yeah, we're gonna fall back and move our clocks back an hour, which means you gain an hour of sleep on Sunday. Nobody cares about that, because even though the sun will be getting up early, it's also going to bed early, which means we're gonna lose an hour of daylight at the end of the day. So it's gonna make our short days even shorter. I really, really hate this. I don't know about you, but you know, we had beautiful, beautiful weather on Friday, and then on Saturday, it was rainy and like 50 degrees, and it was cold. I don't know about you, but I am one of those people whose mood kind of goes with the sun. So I was like in a horrible mood for like 2 days, because I'm like in this winter depression, and now we're gonna make it even worse. Anyway, this Sunday, November 5th, is the day, so don't forget to set your clock back an hour and make sure to replace those batteries in your smoke detectors. That is also very important. I'm really mad about this whole losing an hour and getting dark earlier. It's whatever. I got other good news though. The rest of the show is all about good news. St. Louis Black Fashion Week is back. This year's event is dedicated to celebrating 50 years of hip hop and the impact it has on the world of fashion from November 1st through November 5th. Now, there's going to be a series of events honoring the rich history and influence of hip hop, all leading up to the 9th annual fashion show this Saturday at Gateway Classic Cars in O'Fallon, Illinois, and the Black Fashion Show Week Day Party on Sunday at St. Louis HG Event Space. You can find a full list of events and more details at stlbfw.com. You know, a fashion show at Gateway Classic Cars sounds amazing. What a cool backdrop. Somebody to Love, a tribute to Queen, will rock the stage this weekend in Midtown. The benefit concert will help raise funds for Gratitude House, a nonprofit dedicated to providing a safe, sober living home for women. The organization is raising money towards building the first ever sober living home for women in St. Louis County. The concert will take place this Saturday, November the 4th at Red Flag. For tickets and more information, visit gratitudehousestl.org. Now, St. John's Community Care is hosting a huge community resource fair this weekend. This fun-filled day is open to everyone and is the perfect opportunity to connect with local organizations, health resources, job opportunities, and more. Free produce will also be available while supplies last, and you can grab a bingo card and complete it while visiting different tables for a chance to be added to a raffle. The Community Resource Fair is Saturday from 11 to 4 at St. John UCC in Collinsville. Visit stjohncc.org for more information. Broadway's Come From Away returns to the fabulous Fox Theater this November. The Best Musical winner tells the remarkable true story of 7,000 stranded passengers and the small town in Newfoundland that welcomed them. Come From Far Away captures all the feels based on actual events that took place on September 11th, 2001, and the days that followed, after a total of 38 planes were forced to land in Gander, a town of just 10,000 people. Come From Away will be at the fabulous Fox November 3rd through the 5th. You can find tickets and more information at fabulousfox.com. Now, the newest attraction in the Loop is now open. I was there last year and I hung out with Joe Edwards, and he was so excited about this opening up, and now it's here. Magic Mini Golf is a one-of-a-kind indoor attraction featuring 18 holes of mini golf, 2 full-size shuffleboard courts, an indoor Ferris wheel from the Muni Opera, arcades, and so much more, including the Magic Wedding Chapel, house-made pizza, and a full bar. And of course, this fun fact is the 27-foot neon sign outside of it recently won first place in the 2023 Signs of the Time magazine sign contest in Best Outside Design. The sign was designed by Hope Edwards and her dad, Joe Edwards. You gotta love that, it's so cute. I haven't been there yet, but it looks like a ton of fun. So you can go and visit magicminigolf.com for the hours and more information. And if you check it out before me, I'm gonna need you to let me know what you think. How about a great movie based on a true story with Jamie Foxx and Tommy Lee Jones? It sounds awesome, right? And they play their parts so great. I actually went and saw this movie. Yes, it is very predictable, kind of because you know it's based on a true story, and they rarely make true stories on sadness. Well, sometimes they do. Anyway, check this out.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, how y'all doing? All of y'all that don't know who I am, my name is
Willie Gary.
Willie Gary.
Willie Gary.
William Gary.
Never heard of him. What's so special about this guy, anyway?
litigation is war. It's a battle. Bam!
Truth is, I may have gotten myself into a lot of trouble.
I've been your lawyer 30 years. We can find a way out of it.
You've never sued anybody before in your whole life.
This fella tried to bully me out of business, and I don't think I should be expected to stand for it.
Mr. Gary hasn't lost a case in over 12 years.
You suggesting I hire this guy as one of my lawyers?
Y'all come on in.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Gary. Let me introduce you to my comrade.
How do you feel about working with black folk?
I suppose I am a little prejudiced.
Did you meet my team?
I'm Chris.
Deshaun.
Reggie Douglas. Gentlemen.
He's suing us?
He's suing us? We are a $500 million corporation.
So how much money y'all trying to get?
$8 million.
That ain't enough money. $100 million.
Who is this clown he's hired as a lawyer?
You'll fight a man. What made you want to do it?
Because he tried to mess with the one thing that means the most to me in life, being able to leave something behind for my grandchildren.
Let's play some music.
Sun is shining, sky is blue.
Her name is Mame Downs. Graduated top of her class from Harvard Law School.
They had a nickname for her around the office.
The Python.
I wouldn't get too used to me being kind to you, Mr. Gary. Once we begin that trial,
I will destroy you.
Can't you see that we're golden?
We don't have a snowball's chance in hell of winning this case.
Just trust me, okay? I may have found something.
What does it feel like to be some small-time nobody?
On the verge of bankruptcy.
Walking tall, full of
What if I don't win? And I let all these people down?
You have been trying to turn this into your own one-ring circus. I got my life on the line.
I know that, Jerry. Did it ever bother you?
Oh, the hypocrisy, the hypocrisy.
You sit down.
I'm objecting, Your Honor.
Hey, wait.
What's my...
We can't split the pole. Can't split the pole. Now, come on, Doc.
It would also nice to see Jamie Foxx back in a movie. And I didn't know about the splitting the pole thing. I didn't know that was bad luck.
Yeah, I didn't know.
But it is. It's in the movie. And then Taylor Swift and her boyfriend, they talked about it too. Who knew?
Ooh.
Anyway, look, The Rock is joining me, better known as BradENSTL. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having the people's champ on, you know?
Yeah, thanks for dressing up. So I think a lot of people know you already from your social media, but let's kind of talk about your social media.
Yeah.
You have a huge following on there, and you're kind of visiting all sorts of different places in and around St. Louis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it all started out during the pandemic, really to help local businesses. And, you know, we're in the show me state. We all have these $1,500 phones in our pocket, and social media is free. We go out to eat. Why not showcase that for the world to see? And it's led to so many amazing opportunities.
Yeah, you're not just showcasing it, though. You are really putting in a lot of work to do all this stuff. And when I met you at, I think, the Monster Trucks, because you were there when I was there. So you're doing everything now.
Yeah. So it started with food, but then the way I see it is like food is a catalyst, and everything we do in life revolves around food, right? You got to eat before you go to the Monster Jam.
Right.
You got to eat at a stadium, soccer game, whatever. Food. So it's like I use food as kind of like my anchor to, you know, reel people in and just show them like, hey, I'm at a concert today and this is what I ate. Because just food is that thing that just brings us all together. And so I love showing people everything St. Louis has to offer using food.
As to kind of get them in.
Yep.
Well, now you've got something coming up.
Yes.
In November. It's a pop-up. So it's called Avalanche.
Mm-hmm.
What can someone expect from this?
Oh, I'm very excited. So I've been able to go to all these different events and things around town. I've been able to travel and see a lot of really cool experiences and things. I'm like, you know what? We need that here in St. Louis. And so Avalanche is going to be an immersive pop-up experience. And so when people come in, they're going to be welcomed at Lodge and Leisure Ski Resort. And I mean, there may, you know, when you're at a ski resort, there could be an avalanche that happens. You know, I can't say if there is or isn't. But, you know, our big thing, we have Chef JR, who's known, Jawan Rice, around St. Louis for the food he does. He's going to be curating the entrees or the small bites that we'll have. Then we'll have the team over there at Work and Leisure between Raven, Taylor, Jordan. They're coming up with an impressive cocktail list. I mean, we have Luxco sponsoring it. So it's going to be something that when people come in, they're going to have a great time. They're going to have their Instagrammable, you know, photos, backdrops.
If there's one thing you know about,
yeah,
it's Instagrammable things. So that is going to be something there's going to probably be a lot of Instagrammable opportunities.
A lot of that. And then we're going to even have pop-ups within the pop-up. You know, people love, let's just say, elves. So maybe we may have some spaghetti one night. But also, you know, we're going to have games. And we just want people to come back, sit back, relax, have a good time. Another thing is a portion of every single ticket that's sold will be donated to a local nonprofit.
Oh, nice.
And then on Sunday, we'll bring in different nonprofits for free photos with Santa. So we want to show people you can have a great time, you can eat good, drink good, but also give back to the city.
That is so awesome. Now, what made you even want to, you just saw stuff like this and you were like, what can we do in St. Louis?
Yeah, I like my wife and I, we enjoy going to places like Disney World where you're immersed in, you know, you may spot a little Mickey or something, but like, you're like, oh, I see that. And so it's just like, why not bring something in St. Louis that people can be excited about, that, you know, you may see something that no one else sees. You may notice the little attention to detail. Right. And when you notice that, you're just going to appreciate that. I believe in changing the way people experience St. Louis. In this case, one pop-up at a time, right?
One pop-up at a time. So this isn't really a Christmas pop-up, it's more of a winter pop-up.
Yeah, it's more of a winter.
Okay.
A winter theme. I mean, obviously the big man in the red suit will be coming through, but you know, he travels the world. He goes to different ski resorts, so he'll make his way over.
So he'll make his way over there as well. So who have you partnered with this? You said Luxco is one of them.
Luxco, yep. So we're gonna have some of their drinks. JR's Gourmet, Chef JR, Work and Leisure, their team's been absolutely amazing. And then I get my marketing agency, Space Mission Marketing, and really just a lot of creators in St. Louis, because we're going to bring in a lot of different people to, one, showcase what they can do and also have a good time.
I love this. Okay, so you're already doing this with your own Instagram. Now you had a pop-up, but kind of recently you started a podcast as well.
Yes.
So let's kind of talk a little bit about that.
Yes, so Opecast, the goal with that is to change the way you experience St. Louis one episode at a time. And so we've been working through some things, learning what's going to work and what's not going to work. But really the main focus is, you know, just introducing St. Louis to the people that are doing absolutely amazing things in the city that may not be able to have their moment to shine. And so we're like, hey, come on the podcast, introduce yourself, talk about the great things you've done.
So who are some people you've recently had on your podcast?
We had like Leslie Hughes, she does Frizz Fest. We had the Taco King, Kyle Garcia. In the episode with Murphy Lee, that'll come out later. Just so many different people. Javen Solomon, who's working on Lootopia over in the Del Mar Loop. Oh my gosh, the list goes on and on. But my big thing is I see all these creators, all these people on social media that have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of followers from all over the country and all over the world. But it's like people in St. Louis don't realize, hey, that person is from here too. You know? And just trying to show people like what you can do being from St. Louis, and hope that like we can inspire people. I mean, a lot of people leave St. Louis because they see opportunities elsewhere, but we also want to show people what they can do here. And when we get people to start believing in it, we get the corporations to start backing us, the community to back us. That's how you build that new St. Louis, you know, using that infrastructure.
I love that you're kind of really very pro St. Louis.
Yes.
You very much have a heart here in St. Louis. Even your Instagram handle has STL in it, so you got that going for you. Where can people kind of follow along with you?
Yes.
Let's start about you first. Where can people find you?
So BradEN would be BradENSTL. So it's at BradENSTL on Instagram, TikTok. I post sometimes on Facebook, but more Instagram, TikTok, a little bit on YouTube.
So you're on the TikTok. Are you dancing on the TikTok?
That's why I didn't start TikTok till later, because I'm not a dancer. I mean, a few drinks at the Avalanche, maybe.
Maybe, right.
Or at the ski resort. But no, I post some of the similar content I do on Instagram, but sometimes I switch it up for TikTok.
Very cool. Okay, so you're on those hot profiles, maybe not so much Facebook, but we have Avalanche, and when is that opening?
So that's going to open up November 28th.
November 28th, which is a great day to start anything Christmas. You have to start after November 27th. That's a hard rule that I have.
We were intentional with that.
Yep. I knew it. I knew you were. Yeah. So that's going to open up, but tickets are going on sale earlier in November.
November 15th. The website will be up this week. Social media will be up at avalanchepopup.com and at avalanchepopup on all socials. Tickets will go until November 15th.
So we got all that information up there on your screen. You're going to want to save that because, like he mentioned, or you can just follow him, and I'm sure on your socials you'll be talking about tickets going on sale so people can kind of keep up with that. Is there anything you want to make sure everybody knows about Avalanche before we get going?
It'll be like nothing you've experienced here in St. Louis. I mean, when it comes to a pop-up experience, I mean, we're making sure the eats, the drinks, the experience from start to finish, it's just going to be different. And that's what we want it to be, different, exciting, and rejuvenating.
Something you've never experienced with a lot of Instagrammable moments.
Yeah, you take your holiday card photos there. Just come, that literally you pay for admission, come in, get those photos, and there goes your cards.
You're ready to go. Well, thank you so much for joining me on the show. So happy to have you here. Don't forget to follow BradENSTL. Make sure you follow him so you can see what's coming up next. His information is on your screen right there. And of course, from there, you can follow and find out when you can buy tickets to Avalanche, because apparently it's going to be like something you've never seen before.
Yep.
Absolutely love it. Now, after you follow all those people, Brad and all his many social medias, make sure you follow us on our social medias. We've got Facebook, YouTube, I'm going to call it Instagram, you know, whatever, we got it. You can also drop us a line at stltv.net We definitely want to hear from you. That's going to do it for the Daily Mix, but keep it right here on STL TV and Experience St. Louis. And be safe this Halloween.